When ice road truckers exploded into a global TV sensation, Lisa Kelly became its undeniable breakout star, a fearless young woman piloting massive rigs across treacherous frozen roads where one wrong move could send you plunging into icy black water. But what the polished episodes never revealed, and what Lisa herself kept carefully guarded, was the immense web of pressures, politics, and personal sacrifices that came with being both a working trucker and a made-for-TV character. Because the job she signed up for and the job she ended up doing were two very different beasts. The reality of trucking on the ice is already grueling enough: 20-hour shifts in bone-cracking cold, frost forming on eyelashes, wind that cuts like knives through layers of thermal gear, and stretches of highway so isolated that if you broke down, help could be hours, sometimes days away. But once the cameras came in, that reality was layered with a constant, invisible demand to perform, to give producers the high-stakes moments and nail-biting drama that audiences craved, even when it meant pushing herself and her equipment far beyond what was safe. There were days when the production crew encouraged her to take routes other drivers had declined because of whiteout conditions or unstable ice, framing it as great TV, and Lisa, determined to prove she belonged, often agreed, despite the gnawing pit of dread in her stomach. These weren't just theoretical risks. On more than one occasion, she drove over stretches of ice so thin it popped and groaned beneath her wheels, each sound a reminder that one slip could mean disaster. The crew might pack up after a scene, but Lisa still had to finish the run alone, hauling thousands of pounds through darkness, navigating with nothing but her headlights and instinct, while the temperature outside dropped to -50. Off the road, the pressure didn't ease. She faced criticism from fellow drivers who felt the show exaggerated danger for ratings, from online trolls who picked apart her every move simply because she was a woman, and from fans who expected her to embody the perfect combination of strength, humility, and charm at all times. Lisa rarely spoke about how much that relentless scrutiny weighed on her, or how it strained her personal life. Long filming seasons meant months away from her husband and family, missing holidays, birthdays, and the kind of everyday moments that most people take for granted. The fatigue was more than physical, it was emotional, mental, and cumulative, building season after season until she found herself questioning whether the notoriety was worth the erosion of her privacy and peace of mind. Even when she smiled for the cameras, there were nights she sat alone in her cab after a brutal run, eating a cold meal from a plastic container, too tired to even call home, knowing the next morning she'd have to get up and do it all over again. What fans didn't know, and what Lisa didn't want them to dwell on, was that the Lisa Kelly they adored on screen was just one facet of a much larger reality, one where danger wasn't always a thrilling adventure but a grinding, relentless presence, where proving herself meant swallowing fear, hiding exhaustion, and silently carrying the weight of being the face of women in ice road trucking. Her decision to eventually step back from the spotlight wasn't a surrender, but an act of survival, a reclaiming of her life before the grind and the glare consumed it entirely.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.